Little history about rum. Sugar cane was first cultivated in New Guinea and first fermented as early as 350 BC in India. Back then, however, these fermented drinks were primarily used medicinally and with purpose. Fast forward to the 1400s, where the explorers we all learned about in grade school started opening up the world's trade routes through their explorations. As remote islands began to be discovered, so was a perfect climate for growing sugar cane. Sugar, similar to spices of that time, was highly valued on the trade route, yet it required incredible manpower and water. The process how to rum it's made. First step, the sugar cane is harvested. Second step, at the sugar mill the sugar cane is chopped, crushed and pressed in order to extract the juice. Third step, boiled and centrifuged. Most rums are a byproduct of sugar production. And at this stage that is still the focus. Once the juice has been extracted it is boiled and centrifuged several times until all the sugar can be extracted has been crystallized. This is then removed and sold as sugar. Some rums, notably rum agricoles, are made from sugar cane juice. Fourth step, what is left after the sugar crystals have been removed is a black-brown sticky goo called molasses. After a lot of sugar has been removed, molasses are very sugar-dense, with most rum producers wanting molasses with at least 52% sugar. Fifth step, diluted with water. The molasses is then diluted with water before yeast is added and the fermentation can begin. Sixth step, adding the yeast. The fermentation process is where sugars are converted into alcohol, as well as CO2 which is discarded. The length of the fermentation will have a significant impact on the final flavor of the rum. Fermentation times tend to range between 30 hours to 72 hours, alter some to run even longer. At the end of the ferment the alcoholic wash will have an ABV between 6% and 10%. Seventh step, distillation process. The alcoholic wash is the distilled either in pot still or a column still, or both, depending on region and style of rum. The distillation process separates the alcohol from the rest of the wash, concentrating its strength. It is the distillation process that turns the wash into a spirit. Eighth step, aging. Most rums, even so-called white rums or Blanco rums, are aged in oak barrels before they are bottled as rum. Most rums today are aged in ex-bourbon barrels, however other barrels are also used. As there is no universal law for how long rum needs to be aged, the length PF time it spends in barrel depends in addition to the both local laws where the product will be sold, as well as, of course, the intended style and flavor. Most other white spirits will not undergo an aging process on oak, however with regards to rum, a great many white rums will have spent upwards of 2 to 3 years in barrel before they filtered back to being clear. Ninth step, bottling. Finally, the rum is cut back to desired bottling strength, unless it's being bottled at cask strength, blended and finally bottled and shipped off for your enjoyment. Drink responsible.